Hi, welcome back. This is Dane, going through my series, Jesus is something, fill in the blank, with whatever adjective comes up through the reading of the first chapter, at least for this week, the first chapter of the Gospel of Mark in the New Testament. Last time, the character attribute we saw was Jesus is rugged or tough. This time, going into verse 14, we discover that Jesus is magnetic. He's magnetic, like this. After he announces that he's preaching the good news of God and asking crowds to repent and believe the good news that salvation has finally arrived, the light has come into the darkness, we go into verse 16, and we start seeing just how magnetic this personality, Jesus, really is. As Jesus walked beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and his brother Andrew casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. "Come, follow me," Jesus said, "and I will make you fishers of men." At once, I underlined that several times years ago. At once they left their nets and followed him. When he had gone a little farther, verse 19, he saw James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John in a boat preparing their nets. Without delay, he called them, and they left their father Zebedee in the boat with the hired men and followed him, followed Jesus. And that ends up at about verse 20. The thing that stands out about that is I want to ask you a question, and I'll ask myself, but I already know what I'm going to say because, I've already thought about this. If Jesus came into your workplace, a place that you've been working for many, many years, even decades, it's your way of life, it's all you've ever known, you're very competent at it, you're very comfortable. I've had several positions exactly like this. I'm kind of in one right now. And there's a sense of satisfaction and a feeling of calling, like, yeah, my gifts and my talents are being well used here. Why would I ever want to leave? And Jesus comes along to these fishermen who this is what they've been doing all of their lives, probably since they were boys, being taught by their fathers. And they know the ins and outs more than anyone in the area. And it wasn't like Jesus said, go home, talk about it with your wife, go to your pastor, your priest in the synagogue, not the priest, but the leaders in the synagogue, and come back to me in a few days and give me your answer about whether you want to follow me. It was on the spot. Drop your nets, follow me. So I'm thinking, who today in our world is anything like that? Would we follow anyone like that today? Does anyone have that kind of charisma, a genuine spirit-led charisma, and a magnetism that would cause you to just drop it all? Some of these guys had wives. They may have had kids. They had communities they were part of. So to just abandon that. Now, it would be one thing if Jesus was promising them, and by extension, thousands of years later, us, some money, free airline travel, cruise ships, paid vacation, some of those kind of perks. It might make a little more sense. Like, fishing, though satisfying and necessary, had to be excruciatingly hard, miserable, laborious work. So I could see if Jesus could offer them a higher standard of living and work conditions, maybe that would make sense. But did Jesus do that? As far as I recall, he said, you're going to have to bear your cross. You're going to have no place to lay your head. You're basically laying on rocks at night. You won't have a lot of cloaks, maybe just one cloak all year. There aren't tents. There aren't hotel rooms. You don't even have a lovely condo or penthouse to go back to for extended rest. It's a guaranteed uncomfortable lifestyle coming up. And yet they threw it all away, their fisherman life, and followed Jesus. So my question is to myself and to y'all out there. Do we have within us the metal, M-E-T-T-L-E, but the metal, M-E-T-A-L, do we have the metal within us that would resonate with the magnetic attracting force of Jesus, who's filled with that incredible spirit? Are we like this, where this is Jesus, and our magnet's like, no, I'll just keep staying in my comfort zone of competence? I am more often not that guy. Or are we more like these followers who just passionately, immediately go, there's no question, obviously this is a better deal, and we just go right to him, and we stick to him, and we follow him everywhere? My prayer for myself and you guys is, if you're being tugged or called away from something that's you're really good at, but maybe it's getting a bit stale, you're getting these little funny good voices in the back of your mind or in your spirit going, I just think I'm supposed to be doing something else, or something in addition to what I'm doing, or maybe I am supposed to drop it all and go. I just prayerfully think we should consider that, be open to it. So I'm going to leave you with that, and look forward to you for the 6th video next time, where we find out that Jesus is, well, I'll let you know next time. Have a good one. Please leave your comments, constructive ones, likes, dislikes, or subscribe. That'd be great. Okay, bless you.